biggest enemy is you. People don't understand it's you against you. The only person that gets in your way is you. Nobody else. It's you.
I need you to confront you because you're the one holding you up. I need you to confront.
Your biggest.
Woo! What is going on, dreamers? Good morning. Good morning. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Fired up. Good morning, Shane and Talina in the building. Locked in. Cedric, what's going on, brother? Happy Thursday. So great to see everybody. Got a good topic coming into today. I can feel it in the air. This is something that's a little bit universal going on. I can feel in so many different areas. So today we're going to be talking about how to go ahead and get out of the rut. Now, that could be a rut financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, right? All of these different areas. Today, I want to go ahead and dive deep into this topic so we can go ahead and get everybody rocking on a high frequency, elevating and expecting and getting miracles. So let's go ahead and get into it with no further ado. Let's get a little bit of gratitude down below. How's everybody's week so far? 1111, paint your vision. Lovely in the building. Let's go. It's good to see you, Queen. Let me know what everybody's grateful for coming into today. And we're going to dive into how to get out of a rut. Perfect timing. This next 90-day sprint, we don't have time to be sitting in ruts. We've got too much abundance, too much greatness right here and on the way. So it's time to go ahead and get tapped in. Love it. IG, we are live. Good stuff. Let me clear this up a bit. Awesome. So fam, so thankful to be alive. So grateful for God. So grateful to be able to feel this breeze right now, to be able to take a breath, to be able to hear the birds, to be able to hear the water flowing. Got a lot going on, just like everybody else. And I want you guys to realize that this topic right here, this is so crucial because it's so easy in these times to let any type of situation completely just turn us over and to the point where we crumble in a ball. We're scared to take action. We're living in fear. So I want to make sure everybody's really vibrating high, ready to go ahead and attack life and get ready for the challenges. Because truth be told, the challenges, they're on the way, right? As we grow, as we elevate, remember, with more power comes more responsibility. So there's a reason why we're literally 441 days deep into the morning routine, really getting ready for what is here and what is to come. Because I'm telling you, the ones that fail to prepare are going to plan to fail. So we're all getting prepared right here, right now. Prince, it's good to see you, brother. I love it. You all are doing phenomenal. It's amazing to see. Now let's get into it. Okay, today we're going to be talking about how to get out of a rut. I actually got this training this morning, and just hearing, I was like, yeah, this is going to be one that the squad is definitely going to be able to really hear and benefit from. Okay, so I want everybody to kind of go ahead and get in the move and get in the groove. And let me ask you this question. Okay, what area of your life do you feel like you've been in a rut? Let me know. What area? Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially? What area are we ready to go ahead and focus on coming into this month, right? Because we know it could be one pillar that could domino all the rest of the pillars, right? Maybe we're really ready to get serious about building an e-commerce store, diving into trading. Maybe we're ready to go ahead and dive into the bulletproof mindset. For some of us, maybe we've been listening to too much music. Maybe we've been hanging around too many negative people, too many negative influences. And for those of you that don't know, how many times have you ever felt, maybe even talking to somebody on the phone or even through social media, where their pain literally runs down their leg, runs across the floor, and runs right back our leg? How many? Drop a 2 down below if you guys know the feeling. If you guys have felt that from somebody recently. Okay. Oof, I'm very empathetic, very sympathetic, so I can feel this one at a deep level. And I started to ask myself, why do I feel drained all the time? I was letting so many others' emotions do just that. So today, I really want to get everybody thinking, okay? First things first, he talked about it's hard to get people out of a rut for a couple of different reasons. Number one, we're losing what we're familiar with, right? When we all get in these rut circumstances, it seems like things become very habitual. We wake up angry, we wake up frustrated, we wake up depressed because we're running right into the past. And then when we do our journaling, we might do our gratitude, and then we get off of these calls, and then we go right back to our job. Then we go right back to our negative influence. Then we go right back to our negative environment at home, and we go right back to the old identity. We go right back to the patterns that we're so used to thinking. And I know what this is like, because even for me, when I was getting out of college, I was surrounded with nothing but that, right? Negativity, individuals that were going out all the time. So as I'm sitting here trying to do my personal development on the side, I'm hearing all of this negativity, all of this noise. You're never going to be able to make it happen. You're wasting all of this time. And I realized the biggest problem was life is looking to bring us back to the old identity, to the old version of us. And every day, essentially what we're doing is we're breaking that pattern. There's a reason why it takes, hundreds of days to be able to step into a new version of ourselves. Why? Because it's literally breaking patterns that could have been molded for weeks, months, for some years and decades. So the way I think about it is like this. Imagine a ball of yarn. This is the visual that I always think about, that I always teach for somebody that's new coming in, right? Imagine everything that we've learned between our subconscious, our conscious mind is like a ball of yarn. And when we step into the highest version of ourselves, when we step into an elevated version, literally what I picture is this: unraveling that entire ball of yarn and having to re-ravel it with a whole new string, a whole new set of beliefs, a whole new set of actions, principles, habitual routines. This is what I had to do living out of my car. I was not used to journaling. I was not used to reading and studying and listening to audios and getting on Zoom calls and calling mentors and asking questions. All of these things was a rewire for me. I didn't know about aluminum in all the deodorant that we have. I didn't know about fluoride in all of the toothpaste that we eat every day. So everything was literally a rewire from the old version of myself. So, this is for my leaders right here, okay? As we put out content, as we're influencing individuals, I want you to think about this, and this is something that he made us all think about this morning. He said, is our hope strong enough to overpower the hopelessness of somebody else's environment? Woo! Let that really sink in. 66 days, could be more, right? So here's the next piece. That's the first question. If we lack confidence to deal with objections, guess what we're buying? We're buying hopelessness, right? You see, along this journey, I heard a lot of objections, but here's the funny thing. A lot of them ended up being the same similar ones. You're going to hear the same things over and over again. You're going to hear, I don't have money. Seems like one of those things. I don't have the time. I don't know. I need to think about it, right? And when I started realizing that, even for myself, I had the same objections. I don't know if I have the time. I don't know if I have the money. And ask yourself this. What objections did you have when you first joined? Drop them down below. Let me know. What were some of the things that you said internally before you actually made the decision to join, to take a step for your life? Because this is how we identify our dots, the individuals that we are looking to influence. Because truth is, they're probably experiencing the same emotions, the same thoughts that we are when we got started, right? I was working a job. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I wasn't excited to wake up on a Monday or a Thursday to go ahead and go to work. So I was looking for new streams. I was looking for a way out. And when my mentor presented the opportunity, he had confidence. He had progress. Here's the deal. You don't even need all the profits in the world. Confidence, progress, and belief. Those are the three things that anybody needs to go ahead and be able to enroll somebody or have influence on somebody else. I used to think I had to make all the money in the world to be able to impact somebody. Well, the truth is we don't, right? This is the beauty of having mentors. They've already spent a lot of time, spent a lot of energy, spent a lot of money to now we're able to go ahead and leverage these type of resources. So the next time somebody gives you an objection, ask yourself this. Do we have more hopefulness than they have hopelessness? Because if you really believe that this not opportunity, this solution can really provide value, can really give an impact to somebody's life, number one, Drop some threes down below. Number two, let's not be afraid to go ahead and get bold, right? Because when I really thought about it, I asked myself this question. How many people do we know that look at their phone every single day but don't make any money from it? Pretty much anybody that's walking, right? So I got to a point where I started to see either we're using our phone or our phone is using us. So there's no need to be afraid to speak to anybody that's looking for change, that's looking to go ahead and grow. No need to be afraid to put out videos. People are looking for change. I can promise you that. Here's the next piece that I really want to get into, right? He talked about, here's something that's pretty interesting. We become unconsciously competent, and this is why we end up staying stuck. We become unconsciously competent with the same similar beliefs, the same similar routines, the same similar habits that's keeping us in the same lower vibration. So you know what Bob Proctor talks about? He talks about doing everything a little bit different, right? Waking up in the morning, and if you usually brush your teeth with your right hand, switch it to the left. The normal way that we shower, let's go ahead and switch that up, because here's the thing. Most of us can predict probably most people's morning. They probably brush their teeth with the same hand. They go to the bathroom in the same order. They take their shower and wash their body in the exact same formation. We take the exact same lanes to work. We eat the same foods. We talk to the same people that push the same emotional buttons, and most of the time come back home frustrated, agitated, and angry. So I was living this life day in and day out. And one of the biggest things that I realized is we need a shift. We need a change. So I started doing everything in my life different than what I'm normally used to doing. Brushing my teeth, left hand. Reading my goal card, switch hands, reading with the other hand. Taking a different route to work, taking a different route to the gym. In the morning, even taking our journal and maybe going to a park, getting by the water, maybe going to a beach, switching up the environment. You know, I used to drive even in wealthy neighborhoods just to go around the beach, just to see the houses, just to go in a coffee shop and hear the conversations, get around that type of energy. And guess what starts to happen? Frequency, I promise you right now, energy is never created. It's never destroyed. Energy is only transmuted. So what do you think happens if we're stuck, if we're continuously around a whole bunch of negativity, we're not around the fire, we're not around the community? Where do you think our energy is going to look like? Are we going to have high energy, or are we probably going to be living in a dull vibration? You see, things are not easy, but they're very simple when we can start putting the pieces together. And here's the last two things that I want to go ahead and lead it with today. Transfer, right? Last two things. Number one is going to be our diet, okay? I've come to realize that what it is that we eat and what it is that we drink directly plays a huge role on how we feel, the actions that we take, the vibration that we're sitting in, right? Because you realize we are nothing but a reflection of what it is that we eat and what it is that we do, right? We can look at somebody for 10 seconds and I can get an idea of their diet. I can get an idea of how well that they take care of themselves for the most part. Just by looking at a glance. This is not to say judge a book by their cover, but we can all agree when we see somebody that's fit, you don't really have to question if they have discipline. You don't really have to question if they're organized. So there's a reason why I'm touching on this topic if you feel like you're in a rut today. Because I know what it feels like. And one of the easiest ways to go ahead and get out of that is to start getting into the gym. Tony Robbins, right? You hear me say it all the time because I'm so big on this piece. Emotion creates motion, right? To be able to go to the gym in the morning, maybe get a walk in, maybe go and get in some yoga, you're going to have a lot more energy going out and making that video, getting on the charts, putting out some content, sending out some DMs to some new faces in the morning, if we can get the body moving early in the morning, right? I've been doing yoga for a little bit. Yoga was a really big weak spot for me for a long time. It still is. I'm still terrible at stretching, but it's something that I'm working on. And I can tell you when I'm moving in the morning, when I'm exercising, even if I'm not lifting, even if I'm doing yoga, I'm getting energy, right? I'm moving all different cells inside of the body. And this is where we're able to really go ahead and take action. Okay. We'll win in life long before we ever win in business. So if our body's feeling out of tune, guess what? Probably the actions and the results, they're most likely going to follow. But if we're vibrating high, if we're feeling good, if we're waking up excited, if we're getting into our journal and gratitude, and we're reading and we're meditating, we're visualizing, I can tell you right now, normally how we start the day, that's how it's going to flow. So every day, this is the goal. Forget about a week, forget about 3 weeks. I was never thinking about 441 days. This was not a thought. You know what the thought was? You know what the focus was? Let's just wake up every day and lay each brick as best as we can lay it. And over time, when we look back, we've laid this beautiful house 440 bricks high. And it seems like nothing because every day we're not focusing on this huge mountain that we have to climb. We're just taking it step by step. And eventually you look back, we're going to see this beautiful journey that we've been able to travel together with. So dreamers, with that being said, that is my training for everybody today. Hope you got a little bit of value. Drop some threes down below if you got some value. Smash that like button if you're ready to go ahead and take action. If you're ready to go ahead and do something that feels scary, right? We can all agree growth most of the time is on the other side of the things that we fear. So there's never been a better time to go ahead and run at all these things. So let's go out and be great. If nobody told you today, let me be the first one to tell you, I'm proud of you. I'm grateful for you. And the world is waiting to hear our story. The world is waiting to hear our value. The world is waiting to go ahead and see our greatness. So let's go ahead and let it loose and turn these dreams into reality. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Have a phenomenal day, dreamers. Let's go out and make it happen. It's game time. Let's get to work.